One thing people often get wrong about Gran Betty is that they imagine she was born patient. She wasn't. In fact, one of my favorite stories happened when she was much younger. She had made her first investment and spent the next few weeks worrying about it constantly. Every day she checked the newspaper. Every day she looked for updates. Every day she wondered whether she had made a terrible mistake. Eventually her father noticed. He asked why she seemed so distracted. Gran Betty explained that she was worried about her investment. He listened patiently and then asked a question she never forgot.
Did you buy part of a business or did you buy a reason to worry?
That question stopped her in her tracks. Years later, she told me it was one of the most important investing lessons she ever learned. Because if you buy a quality business for the long term, your job is not to worry. Your job is to let time do its work. Gran Betty would later add her own version.
If your investment keeps you awake at night, either the investment is wrong or your expectations are.
I think about that often. Especially because modern investing seems designed to keep people anxious. Every notification feels urgent. Every headline feels important. Every market move feels personal. Yet Gran Betty treated most financial news the same way she treated weather forecasts. Interesting, sometimes useful, but rarely a reason to completely change her plans. She used to laugh and say,
Financial headlines have predicted 20 of the last 3 recessions.
Another favorite was,
Breaking news is usually old news wearing a loud hat.
That one still makes me smile. Because she was right. The world rewards attention. The market rewards patience. And those two things are often in conflict. I remember sitting with Gran Betty during a period when everyone seemed obsessed with getting rich quickly. There was always a new trend, a new expert, a new prediction, a new shortcut. One afternoon I asked if she ever worried about missing out. She nearly spat out her tea laughing. Then she said,
Darling, I've missed thousands of opportunities.
I looked confused. Thousands.
Of course, I've also missed thousands of disasters.
That was Gran Betty's genius. She understood that every opportunity you don't take isn't necessarily a loss. Sometimes it's protection. She often reminded me,
Not losing money is a surprisingly effective investment strategy.
Now, before we continue, I want you to think about something. How many financial decisions have you made because of confidence? And how many have you made because of pressure? Gran Betty believed most bad investments begin with pressure. Pressure to keep up. Pressure to act. Pressure to do something. Pressure to look clever. She used to say, the market charges a very expensive fee for trying to impress strangers. That's worth remembering. Because many investors aren't building wealth, they're performing, they're trying to look smart, they're trying to sound informed, they're trying to tell exciting stories. Gran Betty never cared about exciting stories. She cared about results. And that brings me to another story. Years ago, one of Gran Betty's friends became obsessed with a hot investment everyone was talking about. At every gathering he discussed it. At every dinner he praised it. At every opportunity he told people how much money he was making. Eventually he convinced several others to invest too. Gran Betty listened politely. Then declined. Months later the investment collapsed. A lot of money disappeared. I remember asking why she hadn't invested. Her answer was classic Gran Betty. When someone spends more time talking about an investment than understanding it, I get nervous. Then she added, excitement is not due diligence. I wish more people remembered that. Because excitement is contagious. Discipline isn't. And yet discipline is usually the thing that wins. One day I asked Gran Betty how she knew whether she was being patient or simply being stubborn. She thought about it for a moment, then said, Patience has a plan, stubbornness has an opinion. I immediately wrote that down. Because it's one of those rare ideas that applies to almost everything in life. The truth is, Gran Betty wasn't patient because she enjoyed waiting. She was patient because she trusted the process. And trust came from understanding. The less she needed excitement, the more successful she became. The less she reacted, the better her results became. The less she chased, the more she accumulated. She once summed up her entire investing philosophy in a single sentence. Most wealth is built by people who got bored and stayed anyway. Now let me tell you about one of the funniest conversations we ever had. I was complaining about how slowly my investments seemed to be growing. Gran Betty listened quietly. Then she asked how long I'd been investing. I told her, a few years. She nodded. Then she asked how long oak trees take to grow. I had no idea. Interesting that you're willing to wait decades for a tree but not for your money. I had absolutely no response, she continued. People plant seeds and expect forests by Friday. That became another Gran Betty classic. In fact, she had dozens of these little sayings. Whenever markets became volatile, panic is rarely profitable. Whenever someone bragged about a quick win, even a broken clock gets lucky twice a day. Whenever people became obsessed with predictions, if fortune tellers were rich, they wouldn't charge by the hour. Whenever investors overcomplicated things, complexity often charges more than it earns. And whenever I worried about temporary setbacks, the road to wealth has potholes. That's not the same thing as being lost. One lesson she repeated constantly was the difference between activity and progress. Most people confuse them. Movement feels productive. Action feels productive. Doing something feels productive. But Gran Betty understood that investing is one of the few areas where doing less often produces more. She would joke, if pressing buttons made people rich, lift operators would own private islands. The room always laughed. Then everyone quietly realized she had a point. Years later I asked what she considered her greatest financial advantage. I expected her to mention discipline, or knowledge, or experience. Instead, she surprised me. She said, I learned to leave good decisions alone. That's it. Not predicting, not timing, not outsmarting. Leaving good decisions alone. It's simple, but simple doesn't mean easy. Because every day the world gives us reasons to interfere. Reasons to worry. Reasons to react. Reasons to abandon the plan. Gran Betty resisted all of them. And over time that resistance became wealth. Which brings me to one final story. Near the end of her life, I asked Gran Betty what she thought was the biggest misunderstanding people have about money. She looked out of the window for a moment, then answered quietly. They think money creates freedom. I waited for her to continue. It helps, she said. But what really creates freedom is knowing enough is enough. That conversation changed me. Because for all her wisdom about investing, Gran Betty was never obsessed with money. She was obsessed with peace of mind. She wanted financial security not so she could impress people. Not so she could compete. Not so she could brag. She wanted it because she valued freedom. Freedom to choose. Freedom to help others. Freedom to sleep well. Freedom to enjoy life. And maybe that's the real lesson behind the patience premium. The goal was never to become rich as quickly as possible. The goal was to build a life so solid that temporary storms couldn't shake it. As Gran Betty liked to say, the richest people aren't always the ones with the most money, they're the ones who need the least drama. And honestly, That might be my favorite Gran Betty quote of all. If you want to protect your hard-earned savings from the frantic day trading churn and start building wealth with true peace of mind, please hit the like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe to Finance Pit Stop so you never miss a lesson. To truly master the mindset that creates generational wealth, make sure to watch the rest of Gran Betty's Money Wisdom series right now. Until next time, stay stationary, leave your good decisions alone, and remember that sometimes the most profitable thing you can do with your money is absolutely nothing at all.